Okay, so can you see? No, can't see it. Okay. I'm out for a ride. It's a little breezier today than I was hoping for, but it's still like 70 degrees, so we're getting some time in. This is November 13th, 2025. It is my mom's birthday, but she's 2,000 miles away in Florida. I already called her. And two, it's so warm I'm in a tank top. I haven't worn a tank top all summer because I don't own a lot of tank tops, but I found one the other day. I threw it in a corner, and lo and behold, I was able to grab it and put it on for this so I can get some sun on my upper arms because I look like a sad farmer. But yeah, I came this way because the last couple of times we went north, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I'm using this as a turnaround point because this is exactly 4 miles from where I started. So we'll get back to one spot. We'll probably be at about 7 miles at that point. I'll go a little bit further. I'm not trying to hit 20 miles today. Oops, somebody's coming up. How's it going? So yeah, we'll just kind of go and see how long I want to go for, and everything. I have been in pedal assist because this whole way this way was slightly uphill, and it was just a little bit more than I wanted to do today. So, because I got a good workout at the gym this morning, I feel great. Got a good night's sleep. So yeah, I don't feel like I should be wasting my day riding a bicycle, even though I do enjoy the exercise. Let's turn the pedal assist down since we're going a little bit downhill. So yesterday we were supposed to see or be able to see the Aurora Borealis again. I saw some pictures online of what other people were able to catch on Tuesday night, and I was determined to see it. So I drove out about a half an hour east of here, out into Elbert County. Pulled over on a dirt road and just waited for the light show, and no light show showed up. I was extremely disappointed. It was cloudy. I mean, that's the only way to describe it. I saw pictures that other people who were lucky enough to see it in real life on Tuesday, and it just looked amazing, and I wanted that, and I missed out on it. So I'm extremely disappointed in myself for, one, not knowing about it, and two, not being able to witness it. I know it'll happen again eventually, but still, the photos that I saw were just magnificent. And I don't know if it'll happen that strongly or that robustly again. See, this is all downhill. I'm not even pedaling. That's what I mean. Like, that's why I said I was in pedal assist, because this was all uphill. You probably can't tell on the camera, but I can tell. So, yeah. Yeah, nothing really exciting happened between yesterday and today other than the failure to find the Aurora Borealis lights here in Colorado. I did see on the news this morning, when I was driving to the gym this morning, they were talking about it, and they said exactly one of the local weathermen predicted that it would be too cloudy to see, and he was apparently correct. So, guess everybody else was hiding out for hope. I have no idea if this is like a road that people can use or if it's a utility road. But I have no idea what that road was. But we're still going south. I'm still not pedaling, or we're still going downhill. I'm still not pedaling. You can see it's aside from the temperature, it's winter in Colorado. Everything's brown, and it'll be like this until probably April. I mean, it depends on the spring. We may get some greenery, some grass and some leaves start to pop up in March if we have an early spring. But it really won't be green until like April or May. Until then, it's brown. Yeah, they're doing some kind of project over here. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I'm assuming they're going to use all that broken up concrete there as like barriers for the side of this construction they're doing, maybe, or to for the creek over here to control the flow of water, maybe. We will find out. Well, maybe. I may not be in this area too much longer, so I don't know if I'll come back just to ride the bike and see these things, but we will see. I went over to a friend's house yesterday, the one that I went to North Carolina with. I told him I'd swing by on Monday, and I didn't, and I said, okay, well, maybe Friday, or maybe Wednesday, so since yesterday was Wednesday, I decided to swing by. Okay, now it's kind of flat. I just upped the gear that I'm in, but I'm still at pedal assist 1, because that's just what I happen to be in. But it was so funny because the wife, she saw me and she goes, oh, well, hey, puppy, what's up? Having fun in the water?
9 years old.
Hi. They're all puppies. I said hi, puppy, because they're all puppies. And I think the kid said he's not a puppy, he's 9 years old. So that's why I was like, they're all puppies. And I say that because I watched a documentary on wolves about 20 years ago. And it talked about the differences between wolves and dogs. And they said that compared to wolves, all dogs have an immaturity that are like puppies according to wolves. So, hey, puppy. That's why I call them all puppies. But yeah, so I go to my friend's house. The wife he's in the basement. She's in the living room or whatever. So she answers the door and she goes, oh my God, are you trying to grow out a beard? And I was like, no. She goes, but it looks like you're trying to grow a beard. And I said, yeah, because I don't have a razor. And then you could see the lights turn on. Oh, yeah, I still don't have a razor from when I went with your husband over to North Carolina. So I ordered one. I ordered the exact same razor, different color, but I ordered the same one. It was actually cheaper this time around. I think I mentioned that before. I mean, it's still expensive. It's still $70. But I think the first time I ordered it, it was like $99. Because I remember using a $100 gift card to buy it. And yeah, it said 5 days, 5-day delivery or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And it still hasn't arrived. According to the tracking information, it went from wherever it started at to Chicago to Indiana to Texas, which was where it was yesterday when I checked. Because apparently it's doing its own cross-country tour before it comes out here to Denver. Which is kind of annoying, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, a friend of mine said this morning, she's like, yeah, it's so weird seeing you with facial hair. And I said, yeah, I know. She goes, you usually like to be like clean cut. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So, yeah, but they're still getting ready to move. I don't know what the deal is. Like, they have a tree in their backyard, and it does shed leaves on their deck. But the husband got online and found somebody giving away a leaf blower. A cheap, Black & Decker one, but one that'll work for them while they're still at their house. And I was like, what do you need a leaf blower for? Oh, is that a smoker? Interesting, okay. I was like, what do you need a leaf blower for? He's like, oh, to get the leaves off the deck. And I'm like, why? He goes, so when they show the home, there's no leaves on the deck. And I'm like, do you not have a broom? It would literally take you about 5 minutes with a broom to just sweep the deck. He's like, yeah, but with a leaf blower, I can do it in 2 minutes. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not entirely sure why the deck can't have leaves on it because, I mean, there's a tree right there. People aren't stupid. They're not going to sit there and go, I'm not going to buy this house because the deck had leaves on it. But whatever. Not my house. Not my prerogative. So yeah, they're still excited. They want to get the house on the market by December 15th, so that hopefully people start wanting to look at it by the new year. And I was trying to tell the wife, I'm like, you guys, I tried to tell your husband that a lot of people don't house hunt in the winter. She goes, yeah, I had that same conversation with him, so I'm glad you did too. And I said, yeah. So I was trying to let him know that, like, you guys might find a unicorn. You might find that perfect buyer who wants to buy in the wintertime, who has $1 million laying around, because they are asking like $950,000 for the house. You know, you might find that perfect buyer, but you're probably not. It's probably going to be on the market for months. And she's like, yeah, I know. And I told him that we really need to wait until like the summer or late spring, but he wants to get rid of the mortgage. And I'm like, yeah, he talked about that with me a lot. How he wants to get rid of their, I think, $5,500 a month mortgage, which, you know, I get. I do. I totally understand. But it's also a case of, you know, she wants multiple buyers to be interested in the house, and she's hoping to get some sort of bidding war going on to where they keep upping their price. And I'm like, that would be ideal, but I'm pretty sure somebody's going to lowball you all, and he's going to say, let's take it. I'd rather get something than wait for more. So we will see, because he's just excited to be done with it. They want to be able to pay off their mortgage and recoup the cash they put down on the new house, which they bought in cash. That, and yeah. So if somebody offers them 75 or 750, excuse me, then he'll probably jump at the chance and leave the other 200,000 or 150,000 on the table just to walk away from it. But yeah, it's just so interesting because they've been together for 20 some odd years. They've been married for like 8 or 9 years. But it's just so interesting to see how they have completely different ideas about what the next steps should be and how to get to those next steps. You know, he's just like, it's only money, just, you know, do it and get rid of it. As long as we don't end up poorer than we were, who cares? And she's sitting there like, well, no, let's do this strategically so we get the best option available and we can make the most amount of money with it. He's like, yeah, I don't care about money. She's like, I do. So, yeah, like I said, it's just interesting watching them try to work together. It's like I mean, don't get me wrong, they're both very liberal hippie types, but he came from a lot of money. So being worried about money is not something that he typically does. She, on the other hand, did not come from a lot of money. So she still thinks like, okay, we need to have a robust savings account. We need to have, you know, we need to be able to pay our bills. We need to have a contingency fund. Which I guess, you know, can complement each other as long as it doesn't create division or anything or stress, because they've had a few stressful moments. So they live in a house they're going to ask $950,000 for. They have like $1 million in assets in the bank and stuff. And she was telling me yesterday, excuse me, that neither one of them have worked a full-time job in the last year or two so that their daughter can get financial aid when she goes to college. And she's going to college. I don't know why she's not starting in the spring, other than she just probably doesn't want to start like mid-semester or mid-year. I started my bachelor's and my master's in the spring. I didn't care. I'm like, let's start and get it over with. I'm not trying to draw this out. But apparently she wants to intern for the spring before and then take the summer off, you know, quote unquote, find herself, and then start school next fall with the rest of her, what would be her graduating class. So, yeah, so we're at 7 miles here. We'll go up this way. Like we're at 6.9, so we're at roughly 7 miles. I know about where the 10-mile mark will be, but we'll run up to at least Lincoln. For those of you who watched the last couple of videos where I went north, where I took this way. Oh, I didn't record the north. I did not record going north. My bad. I only recorded coming south. All right, well, it's an underpass. It's also, they're doing some more construction there, so they're doing they have a detour sign. So I'll probably go that far and then turn around and come back, and I'll probably be somewhere around 15 miles for the day. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little cooler, but still unseasonably warm. So we'll be able to maybe get out and get another ride in if the weather cooperates. And then they're talking about a chance of snow next week, which is, I looked it up, the chance of snow is below 40%. So I'm really doubtful that it'll actually snow. I mean, they're predicting that for next Wednesday, Thursday. And things may change between then, and now. So, you know, anybody who's watched the weather for a couple of minutes knows that the further out the forecast is, the less statistically reliable it is. So, I mean, that chances, I mean, I can't tell you how many times in Colorado, they talk about a big storm coming, a big rain coming. It's probably going to rain an inch. Watch out for flooding. You know, mow your lawn today, not tomorrow, that kind of thing. And then as it gets closer to that storm, it drops down from 89% chance of deluge down to, 56%, down to 39%, down to 17%, down to, maybe it won't rain at all. Maybe we'll get a cloud. So, when it's a week or 10 days out, I take it with a grain of salt. Like, plan for it to happen, but don't expect it to happen type situation. My friend asked me again last night, the wife, if she, if I think that she'll enjoy living in North Carolina. And I said, well, I told her the same thing. I was like, well, I think you'll enjoy your community, because it is a closed, gated community that they're moving to. It is a golf community, apparently a top-rated golf course somewhere around there. I'm not a golfer, so I don't know all of that. But they live on the non-golf side, like an expansion side, so they're moving from a 6,000 square foot house to a 2,500 square foot house, while the golf course side has like McMansions. So they're moving to this area, which is perfectly fine. A lot of community events. They have a community schedule where they do all sorts of activities for the community, because it's mostly retirees. It's mostly people, and they're, as I told her, I said, I think I was the youngest person I saw for like the 3 days we were there. Like, even the waiters and waitresses at the, a couple of the restaurants were, in their 40s and 50s. But in the community, all I saw were gray hair retirees. So I was like, yeah, I mean, you'll probably enjoy the community. You'll probably enjoy the activities and meeting your neighbors, and hopefully you'll get out and do stuff, because neither her nor her husband are very active people. She tries. Like, she has bicycles, and she says, yeah, I go for a bicycle ride. I'm like, cool, where'd you go? She goes, oh, I just went around the block. Okay, that's 1.3 miles. I've walked around that block a gazillion times with your dog. Is that really a ride? And then she went paddleboarding with a friend a few times, even to the point where she went and bought a paddleboard because she liked it so much. But then she didn't go again. She bought the paddleboard, Went a couple of times, and then the next summer didn't go at all. And the summer after that, which was this past summer, didn't go at all. So they're not really active, outdoorsy people. So I think the community will be good for them. But yeah, but I was honest with her. I told her, I said, I don't think you're going to enjoy being off the community. I don't think you're going to enjoy the Southern culture. I don't think you're going to appreciate I don't want to say two-facedness, but where people are nice to you, but they're mean to you at the same time. That kind of Southern, backhanded, bless your heart thing. I don't think she's going to pick up on that very well. Which, whatever, to each their own. I don't think she's going to appreciate the conservatism, because she's, like I said, they're both old hippies. Oh, excuse me. And then I don't think they're going to enjoy the bugs. I don't think they're going to enjoy the humidity, because they're like, oh, we go to the Caribbean all the time, because they take cruises. They said, as they explained it to me, it made perfect sense. A cruise was the cheapest way to take the family on vacation, because you pay for the cruise, and even if you pay like $4,000 for, you and your 3 kids, the 2 of you and your 3 kids, all the food is free, all the shows are free, all the entertainment's free, pools, all kinds of things, and the kids can't get lost because they're on a boat. I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense for a budget vacation. Absolutely. So they've been to the Caribbean, they've been to like Jamaica and Mexico and stuff like that. I'm like, it's different when you visit than when you live there, when you can't escape it, when you get in your car and you stick to the seat, or when you're trying to sleep but you can't because you feel like you just stepped out of the shower. So, excuse me. I was gonna be a little louder with her, but she was wearing those big over-the-ear headphones. So I bumped it up into a higher pedal assist just to get up this hill. Whew. Oh, I need to exercise more. This is ridiculous. So, but now I'm down and we're gonna go downhill anyway. But yeah, all that, and then this year was relatively mild for storm season. We didn't have a lot of tropical storms, didn't have a lot of hurricanes. But I don't think she's going to enjoy the first hurricane. I mean, I don't think she's going to enjoy, or either one of them will enjoy even a tropical storm. But I think a hurricane will probably freak them out. Oops, coming up on your left. Excuse me. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it goes with them. So when we get up here to the turnaround point, I'll know approximately how many miles total I should expect at the end of this ride. Sorry, that was a little uphill too. Not much, but enough that I felt it. And there's where I used to live. Not that building, of course, but I can see the building I used to live in. It's way over here. got a new noise. That's awesome. Whoop. Swinging by on your left. But you hear me talk, or at least I used to a lot when I was downtown, about all the outdoorsy people in Colorado and how people are always outside doing something. You can see, I mean, even out here in the suburbs, you still got bikers and walkers and runners, dog walkers. Yeah, people are always outside. You can't see it, but that house over there is where I will be staying for most of December. They're gonna pay me to house/dog sit, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I'll have there, assuming it's near the same size as my friends, let's say, like they live in a 6,000 square foot house, let's say 5,000 square foot house, I'll have that to myself. Oops. And the South Metro firefighters training area. We've seen that before. Like I said, you can actually see this tower and stuff from my friend's back deck over here. And a little bit of uphill here. Oops, hello puppies. There was a very similar dude sitting on that same bench yesterday when I rode by. I'm wondering if it's the same guy. I wasn't really paying that much attention yesterday, other than I was going to stop there and look for something to listen to on my phone. But yeah. But yeah, very similar looking dude. There used to be a lot of prairie dogs right through here. If you look hard enough, you can see some of their holes. But I haven't seen any the last few times I've been through here, so I don't know if they were relocated, because that happens. Every time they want to build something, they have to relocate the prairie dog compounds or villages or colonies or whatever they're called. So yeah, you can, well, maybe you can see up here where they're doing the construction. This is where I was going to use as a turnaround point. So I'm at 10 miles exactly. So I was at 7 miles there. So if I turn around, 7, 8, or 3 plus 1, that gets us to 13 and a half. Not as far as I wanted to go, but far enough that I am okay with it. Because with the sun going down as early as it is, I don't have a lot of time in the daylight. So, oops. I'm actually, yeah. I'm going to thank you guys for coming along with us, or coming along with me. I'm actually gonna stop recording because you guys have already seen this. You don't need to see it again. You know, we may try to get out tomorrow for a little ride. I'm not 100% sure, so we will see what happens. And yeah, have a great day.